New advisory has just come in from the National Hurricane Center. Not much of a change. The wind's still at 110 miles an hour. That's a big change, though, from 2 days ago when they were 185, moving north-northwest at 6. That's a slow forward motion, but it is expected to pick up the forward speed as it gets around the Carolinas and then race up into the North Atlantic. It could make another landfall around the Carolinas. That would be later tomorrow or early Thursday. It's losing a lot of its structure now. The convection that protected this hurricane for so long is starting to fizzle out. You see the yellows instead of the bright reds that we were watching even a day ago. A lot of interaction with Grand Bahama. It lost its battery, the warm waters of the Atlantic. And tonight it's over open waters, and there's not a lot of wind shear, but it is expected to slowly weaken as it moves up the coast. It's about a little under 100 miles off the coast of the Cape, and it is moving away from our area, but because it's so large, the wind field stretches out over 150 miles from the center. We're getting brushed by the southwestern quadrant of this, and that's bringing in still some feeder bands. We had some strong ones earlier. Our wind gusts, well, the highest one that I've seen was Juno Beach, 60 miles an hour. That was late last night and early this morning, but we've had them ranging from 40, 50, and in some cases high 50s along the coastline, quite a bit less around the lake. A couple of strong bands, this one working through Sebring out of our viewing area, but they wrap around this and swing around the lake and then eventually into our viewing area. So we'll keep an eye on that. They're all moving about 40 miles an hour, although the storm itself is just pushing slowly north. So it's going to take this rain a little while to move out of our area, South Florida. It'll move out first in Palm Beach County, and I think it'll linger overnight right before sunrise across the Treasure Coast, at least the northern Treasure Coast. And there's still a couple of strong bands. You'll notice here, even in the last few minutes, that's an area that we'll keep an eye on for some stronger winds. The very strong winds near the core stay well offshore, although they might have an impact around Melbourne and the Cape. I'm sure they're watching that closely. Palm Beach County is starting to taper off. So here's the latest forecast track, paralleling the coastline through the Carolinas and then up into the North Atlantic after that, with another potential landfall around Nova Scotia or Newfoundland. And we have another tropical storm. This is Fernand, which will last a day or two, and then it moves into northern Mexico. Obviously, it's no threat to us, not even close. And tropical depression number 8 will be upgraded likely to a tropical storm at any time. If it's named, it's likely to be Gabrielle. That would be the G name for this year, and moving north quickly and up into the North Atlantic. So the track guidance, no surprises expected for this storm. Dorian moving away with the wind field and those tropical storm force winds pulling away overnight. Looks like a nice day shaping up for tomorrow. Still breezy to almost windy at times. I'll let you know when the winds settle down and what's in store for the weekend coming up.